This is a video about the dangers of online relationships and how to stay safe by Charlotte
and James. We're going to use some of the older models in psychology to help explain cyberspace and show an understanding on how new media has developed and how we can conceptualise it.
We will also refer to relevant theories and research to help you and other internet users understand what is happening when you log online.
Our target audience is young adults who are looking for love and relationships online and friendships. What is an online relationship? An online relationship is a relationship where people have met online. Summer et al. In 2017 states that there are social gratifications. This refers to establishing a new relationship or friendships. This is different to psychological gratification, which refers to the sexual pleasure. Summit et al. In 2017 later states that Tinder is one of the most popular dating apps. And it has been suggested that users want stimulation from both social and psychological gratification, which can begin to explain the motivations of online dating.
Although Tinder is the most popularly used app in the dating world, it is not explicitly the only one. According to Forbes magazine in 2013, there is over 2,500 online dating apps to use.
As well as this large number of apps that have just been mentioned, online statistics provided by Statista reports the number of accounts that exist per social media online. As of April 2017, Facebook was leading with just under 2 billion users, which is the leading social platform out of all the others.
StatistaBrain also comments that 20% of committed relationships in the USA met online. 17% of marriages between 2015 and 2016 also met online.
Smith and Duggan in 2013 state that attitudes towards dating online are more positive. This is highlighted by 59% of internet users complying that dating online is a positive way to meet people. This is an increase from 2005. However, when asked people more specifically, 32% of people agreed with the fact that dating online keeps people from long-term relationships as they see that they have more options.
Kwon in 2014 said that on social media, users choose what interests and likes to explicitly reveal to others. When these others stumble upon their profile, the presence of a mutual interest and mutual likes allows for interaction to initiate. Festinger refers to this idea as the social comparison theory. This is that humans look for people that are similar to themselves, and we compare ourselves to other beings constantly. And when we find similar beings to ourselves, we identify with a group. So in essence, we look for people that are like us.
Oh baby, you should go and love yourself.
To explain the development of online relationships, Walter came up with the hyperpersonal model of computer-mediated communication. This development of the model goes through 3 separate stages. The impersonal stage refers to the online group approach to deal with tasks and problems. This is usually within a work setting where there is very little social interaction online. The interpersonal stage is the development of some form of online social interaction. There are non-verbal cues, and the longer that a person spends online, then the more information is exchanged between them. This then leads on to the hyperpersonal model, which is the real interesting part of this. This is when there is a high level of exchange rate of information, but there is now a careful selection of how someone perceives themselves. Senders pick and choose what information to reveal to another, usually to present themselves in a more positive, optimum light. Online interaction is more desirable than face-to-face interaction, and so much more information is divulged online. Receivers of information are just as guilty of misinterpretation as the senders, as the receiver already has an internalised expectation of who they are talking to online. Therefore, the information they receive is to fit their idea of the person. There is also a problem that there is a lack of environmental factors to influence the perception of the real-life person. Walter comments that therefore the real portrayal of someone cannot be formed. Oh, she's alright. Hi, I'm really tall, I'm really well mannered. I'm really interested in meeting you.
Oh, he does seem like a nice guy. I'm quite convinced actually. I might meet him. Another model which can help explain how relationships develop online comes from Abraham and Hoggs in 1990. He suggests that the social identity approach refers to the knowledge of belonging to a certain social group. This then allows that person to have some significant emotional attachment to the group. This suggests that social identity refers to the self-concept of being a member of a group. Tigfal in 2010 also agrees with this. However, personal identity can be described as the self, which is who the person is now, due to the goals that they have achieved. However, highlighting the individual rather than the involvement of the others. This is then unique to each and every person. Hitler in 2003 states this. Social identity refers to how being a member of the group guides behaviour. These behaviours then influence a person's self-concept. Self-concept, however, refers to the group and the idea of the self. This has been constructed from the responses of the group. Social comparisons and self-categorization also emerge when discussing social identity. Lawyer Tal stated this in 2017. So I'm talking to this guy on Tinder, and I found out that he's a student as well.
Well,
Yeah, we
can both
yeah,
social identify with that.
Totally.
However, there are clear risks when meeting people online. Anonymity is a huge risk, especially in the early development of the internet, when chat rooms were the most dominant way of communicating with new people. Little did we know at the time that chat rooms soon became a minefield of deception and lies about ourselves. Turkle mentioned in 1995 that the benefit of online usage to meet new people is that one can begin to hide their undesirable physical features. In a way, people began to create a new biography for themselves online. Barth et al. Started to elaborate on this in 2002 and started to say that the emergence of the internet is simply a new approach to people creating a new identity for themselves to be portrayed in a positive light without any negative environmental influence. McKenna et al. In 2002 referred to this new creation of identities as a role-playing activity which makes an individual feel more empowering over themselves as they can now portray their ideal self online. Rogers describes our ideal self as a person that we want to be in order to reach self-actualization. Further online risk is deception, which Barth et al. Comments due to the lack of face-to-face presence leads to higher rates of self-disclosure and honesty online. After interviewing 257 online users on their level of deception online, Caspi found that a third of the respondents use online deception to either gain private information or for simply play reasons. This is referring to the enjoyment that people receive when deceiving others online.
Hey, tell me your deepest, darkest secrets. I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Individuals being tricked out of money by someone that they met online isn't a thing that's uncommon. Whitfield et al. In 2016 was the first study to actually measure both the emotional impact and the financial impact on victims of fraud. He named this the double hit. The money wasn't too much of an impact on people, however the psychological damage of the loss of a relationship was much more significant than the loss of money.
Oh my god, where's all my money gone? It's gone out of my account. Oh no, oh my god, he's blocked me. He's blocked me on everything. How is this possible?
Some participants went even as far as to say that they were feeling suicidal after the severe betrayal of their online friend. Whitty also found that it wasn't uncommon for people to be performing sexual acts online, i.e. through the use of a webcam.
Hey, how about you send me some nice naked pictures of yourself later on tonight? I might even send you some back.
These victims also reported similar psychological impacts to those that have been affected by rape.
Okay, so I was thinking, I don't think it's a very good idea if I come to your house, so I'll meet you somewhere later on, like, I don't know, maybe the shopping centre or something. So this is all the contact details of that guy that I'm meeting later,
okay.
So if anything happens, when you know, obviously he is and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm meeting this guy at McDonald's later, right?
Okay.
So if I don't call you by 10 o'clock, call me.
Right, okay, got it.
Demonstrated an understanding and interpretation of relevant theories which can be applied to cyberpsychology.
We now hope that you understand how online relationships can develop through all these models that we've explained, and we've also identified the risks of when meeting people online. And we also hope that you now understand how to stay safe when meeting people online. Thanks for watching.
10 likes in the last 5 minutes. Do you think I should take it down? Let me take another selfie.